Many of you have watched some manifestation videos that say that you have to change your thoughts to manifest. You have tried to do it, but it seems very difficult because there are countless thoughts that are happening within you. These thoughts come and go. Sticking to any one of them gives you an idea, and persisting in that idea forms your ideology. I know you have tried a lot to change them, but some of you have been unsuccessful. Don't worry, because today I will share with you an insight that will empower you to bring about the changes you desire in your life. In my initial days of my journey of manifestation, I watched some YouTubers who told me that I had to flip my thoughts all day to manifest my desire. I found it helpful in the beginning. Whenever a negative thought came to me, I flipped it by repeating 3 positive statements. But I noticed that there was an army of negative thoughts coming at me that I had to defeat all day. Later, when learning more about manifestation and employing this knowledge, I manifested a few things and understood something that was beyond my grasp in my initial days. Like many of you, living with this idea of flipping every thought gave me anxiety because, after some time, it seemed like a task. Now I know better what to do about it. I realized that our thoughts will come into our minds. We don't have to stop them. It is the function of my mind to produce these thoughts. We don't find ways to stop our hearts from beating because it is a function of our hearts. So, stopping thoughts seems like an absurd idea as it is a function of our mind. The problem arises when our thoughts are disempowering and full of limitations and negativity. As I proceeded in my journey, I realized a few things, one of which opened my eyes to a new level of understanding. I realized that our thoughts and emotions are based on our identities. Let me give you more clarification about it using some examples. At one point in time and space, I identified myself as a person who knew how to make friends easily. I identified myself as a person who is a social butterfly. Now that I identified myself with it, it was damn easy for me to make new friends, as I always knew what to say to the new people at that certain point in time. I won their hearts, and this was not limited to the people I met in my physical life. I even made many great friends online who are still in touch with me and with whom I have deep conversations. I didn't watch any videos about how to talk effectively or make social connections. It happened naturally. It was just like breathing because of my identification with it. My actions, emotions, and thoughts were all natural. Later, when I changed my identification to someone who is an introvert, things changed dramatically for me. I was left with a few people. When I sat in a group of people, I didn't know what to say, and the things that were natural to me now became unnatural. This happened with everything I did in my life. Changing my identification changed my reality. The thoughts that were going on in my mind were completely different, and the nature of them matched the identification I had. Like when I used to be a socially prominent person, I needed no reason to go to a party. Now that I changed it to being an introvert, I avoided parties, and now thoughts were coming into my mind to deny the majority of invitations that I received. So, this example was just to show you that you don't have to change every thought that you witness. It is of no use. You just have to change your identity, and in doing so, your thoughts, emotions, and actions begin to match that identification of yours. Everything becomes effortless for you. I guess now you understand how manifestation becomes effortless, and why Neville Goddard told you again and again to live from the state of a wish fulfilled. Manifestation is a technology that people use to convert mental activity into physical evidence. It is a subjective thing in which you use your body and mind to do certain things. Now, living from the end of the state of wish fulfillment is a very popular concept among Neville disciples, as it helps you create this identity of yours that already has your desire. As you keep on persisting in this state of being, your identity becomes strong, and it becomes a natural process for you. When you keep your thoughts and emotions in a certain way, with time, your life energy will join them and manifest whatever you want in your life. Right now, you have identified yourself as a person who does not have your desire. This is happening because of your physical senses, which are reminding you through your outer experiences. All of us operate from this level, but to manifest, we must go beyond this, and this can be done by consciously using the power of imagination. You are being influenced by your physical senses if you draw conclusions too quickly. To manifest something different than what you are already experiencing, you have to go beyond these physical senses. Now, I read a comment recently that said that there is some YouTuber who is saying the feeling is not important to manifest, while Neville says the feeling is important. Well, I'd say that what you're referring to as feeling, what Neville has referred to as feeling, what I'm referring to as feeling, and what that YouTuber is referring to as feeling all come from different premises and are stated to cater to different people at that time and space. There are different ways to manifest reality. Everyone is sharing their experiences. Some people will resonate with them while others won't, but that does not mean that they are wrong or you are right or vice versa. I also noticed the term robotically affirming that has been popping up recently. Now some people are seeing results, which is great for them. But, in my opinion, there is nothing as robotic affirming. It is repetitive affirming. Robots don't generate emotions and feelings, but humans do, and this is the most wonderful aspect of every human. I don't see why people say that no emotion gets generated within you when you affirm or visualize. If I closed my eyes and imagined a short scene where I had climbed the mountain and was at the top, opening my arms and saying I did it. Doing this simple activity generates a feeling, a group of emotions, and a sense of being strong and successful within me. The same thing happens when I affirm. If I sit comfortably and focus my attention solely on the statement I did it, I begin to feel proud, strong, and successful. I notice that emotions are just a result of our thought process. Fear grips someone who believes they can't do it or that everything is going wrong with them. So, don't think that the emotions are unnecessary because they come naturally when you identify with something. Now that you know that your identification matters, you have to identify yourself with something new. You can do this by adopting the practice of sitting and focusing your attention on the qualities of the desired version of yourself. Your focus matters a lot in this process. Just doing this simple activity of sitting and assuming yourself to be different from who you have identified yourself to be before doing this activity is all that is needed from you. The beauty of being human is that you can decide consciously and go beyond the survival aspect. When you look at your current identification, it is a collection of data from the past that you have accumulated over the years. Now that you have recognized this, it becomes simple to install a new collection of data within yourself. Each of us are equally capable of changing what is within us. On the outside, we might appear to be of different kinds and capable of different skills, but on the inside, we are all the same. We share the same energy that is creating, maintaining, and destroying this universe. To have a different experience, your identification must be different. Use whatever method gave you the result. Just stop finding ways to flip every thought because it will be taken care of when you change your identity. With this, I hope you learned something wonderful today. Subscribe because I post new videos regularly. I will meet you with another golden nugget. Happy manifesting.